Hello. How to be an elector of the California Republic. Repeat, how to be an elector of the California Republic. Okay, we're going to have some fun right now because we're just walking it out through the simple terms and the simple conditions of the People's Constitution of California. Okay, and here we go. Another timestamp. Timestamp right now is January 2025, and California is burning up. Okay, California is burning up because the people have chosen people to administer the people's trust who don't know how to administer the people's trust. Okay, and here's the thing: elections have consequences. Okay, so the people that the people choose to run the people's business, you better choose the best people and the coolest people who can run the business. You better choose the most competent people who can run the business. If you don't, you're gonna burn down. Okay, you're gonna burn down. All right, so check this out. We're still walking it through. Now we're going to talk to my attorney general right now because, my attorney general is one of the chief law enforcers in the state of California. Okay, so check this out. Hello, Attorney General Doe. I'm introducing myself to Attorney General Doe right now because I want to talk to my attorney general. Okay, and here's a question that I want to ask my attorney general. Question, Attorney General Doe. Are the people subject to the election code? Yes or no? Show the people your knowledge, okay? So we're asking this question to our Attorney General because our Attorney General needs to enforce the laws, okay? That's what he has to do, and then we can point our Attorney General at entities that don't obey the law, okay? And here we're going to show you this bit right here, okay? Drop down. We're going to show you what elect is, okay? Elect is pick out, elect is select, okay? So the people we choose and we elect and we select the entities who we prefer. Okay, that's what's going on right now. Okay, and then once they go into that office or once they go into that trust, then they have a job description that they must obey. What is that job description? The constitutions. Okay, so all the job descriptions for what the people's administrators are supposed to be doing are written in the state's constitutions. So there seems to be this little hoax that's going on right now called qualified immunity. What does that mean? That means that you can't sue government officials, okay, unless they go way beyond their jurisdiction and they breach your rights, okay? So if any of our public servants have their hands in your cookie jar and they take your property, they have breached the trust, okay? Which means there's no such thing as qualified immunity, okay? All you have to do, my neighbor, is you just have to instruct them, okay? So if you can instruct your public servants and your government or any entity that has their hands in your cookie jar, you wipe out that whole thing called qualified immunity, and you can go after the man or you can go after the person. You can strip that mask off their face, that title off their face, and say, you harmed me. Okay, now you have to make me whole. I seek damages. Damages is money. You better make me whole and you better stop doing what you're doing or I'm going to punish you. Okay, check this out. Why are we doing this? Because the greater contains the less. Okay, the greater contains the less. So we were listening to the attorneys babble, and then they were talking about this whole thing called the qualified immunity doctrine and how government officials can't be sued. And I'm like, that's not true. Then they were saying, well, you have to do it 1983, and I'm like, that's not true either. I'm like, everything that you're saying is nonsense. Okay, you may be talking about the process and the procedure, but if you ever interfere with the people's ability to be happy, then that means you're not immune. You're not immune. All we have to do is teach you, okay? Check this out. Remember, the people are the greater and the government is the less, okay? Check this notice out right here, okay? The people, I'm one of the people. The people are not subject to state legislative code or federal code, okay? Remember this, okay, my neighbor? Now, drop down. We're going to show you this bit from the California Constitution, 1879. So we traveled all the way back to 1879, the OG Constitution in Cali, to show you Article 2, Right of Suffrage, Section 2, okay? Check this out right here. Electors. Focus on the underline. That's why we showed you what elect is, okay? Electors. Electors shall, focus on the underline, shall be privileged from arrest. You see that right there? Sounds sort of kind of like that immunity bit that all of our public servants have been running on right now. So the electors, who are the electors? The people, okay? So the men and the women are the electors, okay? The men and the women who vote and choose for our public servants positions, we are the electors, okay? So that's a title that we put on, okay? So whenever it's time for us to vote, we put on the title called elector. So what's coming right now? I'm one of the electors, okay? So I'm, as one of the electors, I get to choose who gets to go into the position that needs to be in, okay? That they need to be in, okay? And once they go into that position, then they have to obey the contract. What is the contract? The state's constitutions. And you see where it says, I'm privileged from being arrested, okay? So you can't arrest me. You can't arrest me. That's what we would call immunity, okay? All right, drop down. We got this Punisher bit, even though it's during the election time, but if you can understand what we're putting down, the people are not subject to state legislative code or federal code, okay? If you understand what we're saying right now and we're showing you right now, you're going to have a whole lot of abilities, but you're going to have a huge duty and responsibility to teach your neighbors the law. All right, here goes the Punisher bit, okay? Drop down, Punisher. The deprivation of any rights may be punished. What does that look like? That looks like if any one of my public servants or any one of my constitutional entities, any entity that was created underneath the jurisdiction of we the people, if you interfere with any of my rights, if you put your hands in my cookie jar, I can punish you, okay? I can punish you. There's no immunity in your position. You cannot hide, okay? Now, all I have to do is instruct you. All I have to do is show you the law. And then once I show you the law, you've been notified. You've been given notice, okay? And now that just strips away any immunity that you may have, because whatever you do beyond that, you're acting in your own private capacity, okay? You're acting as a private entity, okay? And I will go after the man or the woman behind that private entity if you deprive me of my rights, okay? So that will be any type of law enforcer. If you stop me when I'm moving, going to and fro in my automobile, and you want to shake me down for some money, I'm going to instruct you, and then I'm going to punish you, okay? I want you to act right, and if you don't act right, I'm going to punish you, okay? That means any attorney that tries to come and put their hands in my cookie jar, I'm going to instruct you, and if you don't act right, then I'm going to punish you, okay? That's what we do. It is written, all right? So drop down. We got this bit where it says, contact us for a consultation. Why are we doing this? Because we're building the future. We're building the future. We're building next-gen law fighters and next-gen business owners, okay? That's what we're doing. So we're looking for my neighbors out there that are wandering around in the land calling themselves persons and hanging out in the public. We want to move your public person into the private, and we want to talk about some wonderful things, and we want to see if you and I will be a good fit, okay? We want to see if you would be a good fit in our association, all right, my neighbor? So that's why we say contact us, and let's see if you and I will be a good fit, okay? Contact information is in the description, all right? All right, we're done. Let's go ahead and walk it back up now, man. So put that Punisher bit, put that in your back pocket, never move. Put that right of suffrage bit, because you got to voice people. And remember, you're one of the electors, okay? So you're on top. The people are always on top of all of our government creatures. Remember this? And we're... morning time. Remember this, and we're going to be cool, okay? And put this notice in your back pocket too. The people are not subject to state legislative code or federal code, okay? We ain't subject to none of that. Those are for our creatures, all right? And remember, the greater contains the less. Always remember, the greater contains the less. Them just be the mathematics. The people are the greater, the government is the less, okay? And put elect in your back pocket, because you get to pick out and you get to select. And remember, be cool with your attorney general, because your attorney general may not know the law. Your attorney general may not know the fundamental principles of law. They may only know codes. They may only know statutes. They may only know process, and they may only know procedure, because that's how they've been groomed. Okay. So our responsibility is to show them the law. So we have to show them the law, so then that way they know how to behave. Okay. They're like little children, but they're not. Okay. They're our children. They're the people's children. And we got to make sure that they understand the law. Okay. And that's how to be an elected elector in the California Republic, okay? You got to know the law, you got to know the text, you got to know the history, and you got to know the tradition. And if you want to know the text, history, and tradition, and if you want to hang out with us in the private, our contact information is in the description. Hit us up, and let's see if you and I will be a good fit, okay, my neighbor? And then we can tell you some more stories, because we like telling you things in story form, okay? All right, we're done. We're going to put this together. We're going to upload it. We're going to see how it flows. I'll talk to you guys in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.